Hey y'all, Irix Guy here, and I wanted to take a moment to show how to live stream to YouTube. Now in this tutorial, I'm utilizing a live real-time chroma keying, also known as green screening. And I'm just using an affordable yet high-quality webcam and an affordable yet high-quality microphone. And you can check the link within this video's description. Just expand this video's description and you'll see the link at the top where you can find all the equipment that I use for this. So without further ado, let's get started. I've opened Wirecast and I've got a new project that I'm going to set up. So the first thing I'm going to do is click this plus sign and I'm going to do video capture. And there's my camera, so I'm going to select my camera that I'm going to use. You could use multiple cameras if you wanted to, but for most of my live shows I just use one camera. So I'm going to select that and hit add. And now you can see there's my camera, you see my chair, you see my chroma key green wall. The next piece is adding the audio. Now I'm using this audio for this presentation that I'm screen recording, so hopefully this doesn't mess anything up. But all you'll do is select your microphone. So this microphone that I'm using is a high-end Yeti. Again, check the link within this video's description and you can find the camera and the microphone just like I'm using. So you select your microphone. For this test I'm just going to do MacBook internal audio. Normally I would use my high-end mic. But now you can see the little waveform right here is jumping because it hears the audio. To do the green screen, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to add a, see this little layer icon right here? It says shot layers. So what you're going to want to do is select that and then the plus sign. Wait a minute. Maybe it's going to let me drag it in here. So I've got a variety of backdrops that I filmed for green screen use. So here's a beach right here. Oh, there was my point of failure. You've got to select the clip that you want to add your green screen to. So see how I've highlighted this right here? Select that and then go to shot layers, and then you can either drag in or you can hit the plus sign. And in my case, I'm just going to drag in here. Oh, well actually I guess it didn't like that, so I'm going to do add, and then I'm going to hit the plus sign. When I said add, I hit the plus sign. And I'm going to do add media file down here in the bottom left. And then I'm going to do desktop. I'm going to go to live show content because that's where I saved my backdrops that I use for green screen backdrops. And I'll select this one right here, just a beach scene. Or actually this one, it's already downloaded. So I selected that. Now you can see I've got the green screen backdrop. So obviously it's not in effect yet. So what we're going to have to do to make this work, and see typically I would be sitting in that chair. To make this work, what we're going to do is we're going to select this right here, the green wall clip from the webcam, and then we're going to go to this little people icon right here. And we're going to do use chroma key. So now with use chroma key enabled, we're going to drag the green clip with the chair to the top. You can see it's at the top right now, over the background. See, so if I turn chroma key on or off, it's in the sequence is important because layer 1 is your primary set. You know, that's where you're sitting in front of your green wall. And then directly below it is the green screen backdrop. But again, it doesn't take effect until you select your clip with the green wall from your camera and then go to the person icon and select use chroma key. Now by default, this is pretty good with detecting objects in there. I mean, it's as you can see, it did a really good job, made it believable. But you can also select pick color with mouse And let's see. You select that and then select pick color with mouse. See that? See, now it doesn't look washed out, because earlier it did. When I just did it by default, see, I go back to default, see how that kind of looks washed out? But if I do pick color with mouse and then just poke around various parts, obviously if I select the chair, that's going to mess things up. But poke around various points of your green backdrop until this looks really solid. And you can see now, I mean, this looks super solid. I mean, that's a very convincing backdrop. And I'm going to sit over here in the chair. You won't hear me for a second because I'm talking on this mic. But see how convincing that was? And check out my green screening tutorial. It's a separate tutorial. You can find a link to that within this video's description too. But that takes it to the next level. That shows you how I designed my green screen studio, everything from the lighting to all the equipment that I use. So, you know, this is definitely a trial and error process. Don't expect to have your green screen set 100% correct the first time. But that's how to create a virtual set within Wirecast. So just to just to recap, we've got our camera with our green backdrop, and part of that clip, you know, we selected the audio, the microphone we want to use. So for this demo, I just did internal MacBook mic, but in the real world, I would use my pro quality mic. And again, check the link within this video's description because you can find all that equipment there. But you got that, you've got your audio, and then you've engaged your green screen by going to this, and you fine tune your green screen by selecting pick color with mouse and then picking a color from your video to make it look as good as possible. And then finally, what you can do if you want to add additional clips, you can hit plus sign, do add media file. I've got outro, so that's my outro clip. And then I'm going to do another one. Do add media file. Irish Guys Live Show. Well, that one I have to download because I've got it up in the cloud. So we'll just use Epic Drone Show. So see what I can do now. And these I can obviously do change audio. And I don't have any audio selected because I don't want... The only audio I want from these is the audio that's built into the clip itself. As you can see here, change audio, outro sandy.mov. So it's playing the audio that was previously recorded as part of this clip. And it's just royalty-free soundtrack. Same with this. The Epic Drone Show intro, it's using the video file itself, the audio from it. And this is just a quick way, when you're doing a live show for YouTube, you know, obviously the first thing you would do would be select your intro clip when you're ready to go live. So you would select your intro clip. You'd hit this play button right here. You can see a preview. It says it's live. Now, obviously, you shouldn't be live on YouTube until you actually click this live icon right here. It looks like the triangle with the little curved bars over it. And I'm not going to click that because I don't want to go live. This is just a tutorial for y'all. But you can see here, here's the percentage of the intro that's finished playing. So this is just a good way to, you know, to go live, make sure your viewers can see you on your YouTube channel. And then you can go ahead and select your screen where you're sitting in your chair or wherever, you know, your face on video portion. And once you're ready, and again, see this little purple line right here? When that gets close to the end, I'm going to want to flip to the live show. So to do that, I just hit, boom, I've selected this, the chair. I hit that, boom, there I am in the chair. Now I realize I'm not in the chair for this because I'm sitting at another desk in my studio. But you can see there the live preview. You can see the waves in the background. Whereas when we configured this, it just looked like a still image. But now that that we've gone live with it, you can see it's the video clip that I recorded to function as my green screen backdrop. You can see waves back there. It looks real. And I'm going to go sit in front of the chair again just so you can get a better visual of how this works here. So it can be a pretty convincing effect, and you do your live show. You could add additional layers in here too to make this a little bit more complicated. So for example, if I do shot layers and I add layer, and then I go to add media file, let's see what I've got here. I've got a little sign. And then I got Epic Drone Show logo. So let's select that. And we can see here, now it's put, so we've got the chroma key, and this won't take effect until I hit this arrow button again. So see, now you can see in what I'm streaming live, which again, I'm not streaming live because I didn't click triangle with the little curve things over it. But you can see now I've got my logo there. And that's because I've got an additional layer. That's in the that's in the foreground. So in theory, that being on top should always stay in front of the subject. So I'm going to step behind that Epic Drone Show logo. And see, you can see it stayed in front of me. So that's a good way, just get you design a logo, create a PNG file, layer that in. You can add, I don't know if there's a limit to the number of layers. I mean, obviously in real world situation, the minimal number of layers would just be, 2. You'd have your green screen set and then the background. But in this scenario, I added a third to add that logo. So it's really easy to use. What you can also do when you're wrapping up your show, or when you're about to wrap up, go ahead and select your, if you use an outro clip, which I like to use an intro and an outro for my live shows on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/IRixGuy. But when I'm getting ready to wrap up, all I do is select my outro clip, and then once I say, hey, thanks for watching, see y'all later, go ahead and hit this, and boom, then it segues into your outro. And just like your intro, you can see when it's getting close to finished. And it's about 50% complete right now. So, keep an eye on that, because otherwise, I'll show you what happens if it continues to run here. See, so I let it run. Now it's looped, so it started over again. So just for professionalism's sake, kind of know where it is, and then that way you're not running the same clip multiple times. But this is how to live stream to YouTube at a high level. Again, check the link within this video's description. You can find all the equipment that I use in its rawest form. You can find the mic and the webcam. But to dig into more depth, check out my other link where I detail how to set up a green screen studio. And that's everything from the lighting to the audio. Everything that I use for my green screen studio to create the what I feel are somewhat convincing real-time green screen, also known as chroma keying. So, hope this video is of value. It's one of those things, practice some more. Practice makes perfect with this. And I didn't discuss the how to connect to YouTube configuration within this, but that's actually really simple, and I don't want to reveal any of my private connection things, because if you use a certain thing, it can there's several ways you can create a YouTube live stream. But I'll it's straightforward. I mean, if you install Wirecast, it's pretty straightforward just to authenticate with your YouTube and then go into the live streaming portion of your YouTube web interface, and that's where you can chat with your viewers in real time. You can see how many people are connected. Just a really cool tool. But I hope this video is of value. If you like it, be sure to give me a thumbs up. If you want to support my channel, feel free to do so. You can check the links within this video's description to find where to order the various equipment that I use. Also, you can choose to support me on Patreon. There's a link within this video's description to support me on Patreon if you choose to do so. Again, I am an independent channel, so don't have the large marketing budget like a lot of larger channels have. So, all of your support's appreciated. And in its most simplistic form, support can be subscribing to my channel, clicking that bell icon to be notified whenever I post another video, liking this video, sharing this video with others, and helping my footprint continue to grow. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe, youtube.com/IRIXGuy. Y'all have a good day. Hey y'all, IRIXGuy here. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe, like, and share. It's viewers like you that enable my channel to continue to grow. Thank you.